Good morning. We had a little difficulty there. Started the live stream at 10 o'clock and it wasn't live streaming to Facebook and it wouldn't self correct. So we started over. We being me and the computer. All right. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic reading, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister of the newly joined Centers for Spiritual Living of Greater Baltimore and Columbia. Today is May 23rd. And what I opened it up to this morning was a little paragraph called Dare to Look Silly in Dare to Be Yourself by Alan Cohen. One of the greatest opportunities for healing is to make an embarrassing mistake in the presence of a group of people who we want to like us. The ego would advise us that we must look good at all times and all costs. The name of fear's game is protect the image. Blowing your image occasionally is a wonderful way to step out of the cage of self protection and join with other people in the safety of the heart. I don't think I've ever considered the idea of the safety of the heart. And I think sometimes we get, or at least I know I have, just, fall into that delusion that my heart can actually be at risk, that it can actually be broken, that it actually has a door that I can open and close. Um, and what I have found is that none of those things are accurate. I experience them as true because my thoughts make it so. They make my experience that. When I tell myself I'm closing the door to my heart to somebody, does it close my heart? No, but it certainly removes the connection of myself with my own heart. And I become aware of, what's the word I want? I become unaware of my heart. And so I experience that as distance. I do a lot of things that are silly. And they're rarely intentional. Sometimes they are. But sometimes they could be embarrassing if I chose to be embarrassed by them. I have learned over the years to just roll with it. And the other thing that I have learned as a minister is being willing to make those mistakes and just roll with them invites other people to do the same. So it's more than just healing the individualized me, it helps heal the whole body of humanity. What we make available one place becomes available every place. We raise that vibration of availability for everybody. How freaking cool is that? So, yeah, I invite you to dare to be silly today. Dare to let go of all of the shoulds that fire off in your brain when you do make a public mistake. And perhaps celebrate that making mistakes doesn't so much shatter your perfect image as it does expand your perfect image. Maybe that image that we hold in our mind of one that never makes mistakes is a unicorn image that never existed, Maybe it's not even supposed to exist. I don't know anybody walking around on two legs looking like a human being who never makes mistakes. Perhaps we made that up as an image to strive for, and it's time to let it go. Maybe the perfection of our being is being able to be silly, is being able to make mistakes, is being able to be undefended when we do make mistakes. What if we all lived that way? What if we lived in such honoring of the moment and of ourselves and others that apologies were only reserved for when we truly harmed somebody and are apologetic for that? And what if we didn't apologize for being ourselves? Hey, what a concept, right? What a concept. And so I invite you today to go through your day, be as present as you can, and avoid apologizing for being you, no matter what happens. Um, yeah. So if you have comments you'd like to share, please put those in the chat. Um, Otherwise, I'm going to read that little paragraph and take us into our meditation. One of the greatest opportunities for healing is to make an embarrassing mistake in the presence of a group of people who we want to like us. The ego would advise us we must look good at all times and all costs. The name of fear's game is protect the image. Blowing your image occasionally is a wonderful way to step out of the cage of self protection and join with other people in the safety of the heart. Hmm. One love, one life, one substance that is the source of all. This one substance, unformed and formed, is the essence, the substance, the source out of which all life is created, expressed, expressed in the image and likeness of this one infinite possibility. And yet, no two expressions alike. And so I recognize that this is diversity. That the very essence of life itself is diversity. Infinite possibility expressing individualized, one expressing in multiplicity, never separate from itself, never in competition with itself, never at war with itself, never against itself, always one unified, whole, complete, and perfect body. Many cells, one body. One source, many expressions, one creation, many animations, however we look at it. One. One unnameable, immeasurable, changeless substance. Nothing for it to change into because it already is infinite possibility. And so as it expresses, it changes nothing at the core of itself. It simply expresses uniquely as each idea that expands the experience and expression of this infinite one. And so I know I am that in form. And I know what is true of me must be true of all form. And so it is equally true of every individualized expression of life that encounters this moment at any moment in time. So I speak my word, recognizing that my word is the word of the substance, is the word of the whole, speaking itself into being. Claiming and affirming the empowered awareness, the empowered willingness, the human courage to be silly, to release the maintenance of an image that obscures the truth of my being, to live authentically, unapologetically me, to empower me to make mistakes, and empowers me to be accurate in equal measure, and to know that neither fully expresses the truth of my being, as the truth of my being is the collective expression of all that I think, feel, say, and do. So I choose to be in integrity, to be in alignment, to think, feel, say, and do in alignment with spiritual principle that fully expresses the authentic self, the spiritual self, the real self. the divine self manifesting in human form. Hmm. I feel it. I claim it. It is mine. And just as it's mine, it's all of life's. No separation. So what is available to one is available to all. Simply waiting in that field of infinite possibility to be recognized and chosen. And so I celebrate that just as quickly as it's spoken, it's done. It's done. So knowing it is complete, I can let go. I can let go of all the doubt, all the uncertainty, all the ideas that the human me must make something happen. And instead, I allow myself to become aware of what the activity of law has already made manifest. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.